Hey guys, Hazards 280 coming at you again with another car review video. This time around I've got a 2018 Chevy Cruze LT sedan. Let's do a quick walk around here. As you can see, this one does have the RS package. Comes equipped with a 205 55R16 hand-cooked tire. Obviously you can see this is quite the blue color that they have here. And we'll look at the window sticker here in just a second as well. Well, let's take a peek under the hood here and see what powers this Cruze. Okay, here we've got a 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now the horsepower and torque specs are listed here as a little annotation of the video. I'm not entirely sure what they are. This is actually a vehicle that's being used as a demo while Corey's Regal is having a recall finished on it. So definitely doesn't have the pep that her Regal GS does, but it does just fine. I mean, it gets you from point A to point B. It's not a race car. It's not anything. It's not trying to be anything. It's not, it's not trying to be something that it's not. It is a 6-speed automatic transmission. It does fine. I mean, nothing crazy. It's just your standard, economy car. As you can see, it is held up with a manual rod there. It does not have push rods to hold the hood up. Let's take another look at the engine bay. 0W20. Okay. Okay, and taking a look at the trunk of the Cruze, you can see upon being opened, it does not open up all the way by itself. You do have your backup camera right there. And looking within, you can see a generous amount of space. It does seem kind of odd that there isn't a mat here or anything. You can actually tell that there's a spare tire underneath there. Obviously a compact spare. And looking in there, I actually see a fuse box back there. Kind of odd to see a fuse box in that area, as well as the battery. So you do have a quick little hold down here for storage bags, grocery bags, and that's about it. Not much going on. You can see there is no sound deadening material right there, and these are exposed hinges. When you bring that down, they do intrude into the cabin compartment, so something worth noting if you actually use your trunk to most of its capacity at least. Now continuing on to the exterior of the car, or the interior of the car, you'll see that the back door panels here, they have just a fabric material. This is hard touch plastics all throughout here. You do have power window controls, and obviously your nice chrome door handle there. Into the back seat, you see just your standard fabric. You do have a fold down armrest that does stop at this location. It does not go all the way down, giving the backseat passengers something to rest their arms on that's not sitting on the seat and therefore feeling very unstable. You have one USB outlet below. Looks like it could be quick charge compatible. It does have a lightning bolt on the battery indicator or symbol. Typically that means that it has the ability for those faster charging devices to give that strong of a current. Nice solid closing door. Climbing into the interior of this Chevy Cruze. See, the same design obviously applies through to the front. You have your power window locks, power windows in the back, power windows in the front. These are not auto up and down. Power locks, mirror controls, turn signals, high and low beams, cruise control functions, voice controls, easy to read center cluster. You do have your USB and auxiliary, or 3.5mm headphone jack, and your 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. Looking at the center console, well, not much to talk about. Empty. So You do have more fabric that goes across the dash here. It has a nice texture to it. It doesn't feel very cheap. It's just different having soft touch cloth on your dash. Something I've never really seen before. This material it's not hard touch, but you can tell it's not as cheap as up here, I guess. It's got some richness to it, but it's definitely not soft. It's just not hard plastic, I guess. Or it's a hard plastic that has a nice feel to it. Now starting the car, you just put your foot on the brake, press this engine start button. Car turns on, sweeps, comes back down. Then you have your standard cluster or your standard infotainment here. Go to audio real quick. I did notice the screen is very rich, nice, good resolution. Just a nice looking screen. In the past, GM's really had really poor looking infotainment systems.
Demonstration mode connected by OnStar's high-speed 4G connection. Press the blue OnStar button to learn more.
In the past, they've just had real poor resolution, and really GM's came a long way the past few years in providing a higher quality screen, providing just a better feel for the users, and then also a quicker to respond screen as well. Nobody likes to really have lag time on these things, and I feel like you're paying enough for these cars anymore. You shouldn't have to wait. These should deliver results and be efficient, regardless of the vehicle that you have, the trim level, and accessories. It's just a little gripe I've always had. I hate delayed user interfaces on infotainment systems. You can see phone controls. We do not have a phone paired. There's a gallery option, so if you had your phone paired, I would just presume that you could look through your photos there. Audio projection. I'm not sure if this is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I can check on that and provide a quick annotation for you. OnStar controls, as well as various settings for the drivers. So it is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's nice. This car's not a very expensive vehicle, and it's nice that they've included things like that with this car. Simple to use. Climate controls here. We do have heated seats, 3-stage for driver and passenger. Single zone climate control, standard accessories or standard buttons for your climate controls. Easy to use shifter. You do have a toggle here for your sport shifts. Traction control. And taking a look at the build sheet here, let's see what this was equipped with. Okay, so you can see 18 Cruze LT automatic. It is a kinetic blue metallic with a jet black interior. Again, a 1.4 liter engine with turbo engine with a 6-speed automatic. Total price on this car was $24,565. You do have the convenience package, which includes what you see on the screen there, as well as the RS package. The kinetic blue and paint here was an extra $395. It does bring a lot of pop to the car. Gives it some, I guess, color in comparison to all of the silver, black, and white cars that are on the roads today. This car does offer a 33 mile per gallon or fuel economy combined, 29 city, 40 highway. That's really good gas mileage. I mean, that's great. You do have a overall 5-star crash test rating, both on the frontal crash for driver and passenger. Side crash gets 5 stars for the front seat, rear seat gets 4, with a rollover rating of 4 stars. This also does have 45% of its parts were U.S. and Canadian parts, with the rest being majorly sourced out of Mexico at 34%. However, the engine and transmission were both manufactured in the U.S., and the final assembly point being Lordstown, Ohio. So nice to see that there. Just a good, I don't know, it's just nice to see a U.S.-based product like this. So especially in a car such as this, which is, more or less your economy vehicle, looking for someone that's looking to get a nice solid car for a good affordable price. And typically these get outsourced to some areas that maybe, not saying anything bad, but I like to keep manufacturing in the United States, and it's nice to see a car of this price point still being manufactured here. So nice to see that. And looking at your center cluster, you see quick fuel economy readouts, economy trends, fuel range. I've never seen a car with at least one of our vehicles being, majority of them being V8s. We don't get that kind of fuel range at least. So just nice, quick little readouts, nothing too crazy. And overall, a pretty nice car. Now, if you guys have any questions on this car, just let me know. Corey's going to be driving it here for about another day, and I'll ask her. See, I got out with the key in my pocket, and I didn't much like that. So Corey's going to be driving it for the next day or two, and she might be able to chime in and give you some answers. The key here, pretty standard, nothing too crazy. You got a nice lock, unlock, remote start, and two clicks for your popping your rear trunk. So not a bad key, nicely weighted, not too light, not too heavy. So all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, again, please comment, like this video, subscribe, and make sure you press that bell so you get notifications when I upload new videos. I'm always putting out something new, try to get something, you know, every few weeks, wherever I can. It just depends on what's available for me. So, all right, guys, take care and make it a great day. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a quick driving impressions video and just give you a quick idea of what it's like to drive this car, and kind of just drive down the road. I'll try to be quiet, and I'll just point out things that I notice as I go forward. Now, pulling out of this parking lot here, I can tell this is a nicely assisted steering, power steering. Not sure if it's electric or hydraulic. I can chime in on that video here and let you know exactly what it is. But it is very light. I don't know if this is progressive to where when I get going to a higher speed that it gets harder for me to turn. You know, obviously vehicles that are more of a sporting nature will have that, so you have a little bit more control at those higher speeds, and you're not doing any maneuvers that you might not choose to do, or you know, might not get the feel for the road. See, right there, the car actually tried to do an auto stop, which basically the auto stop, what that does is when you come to a stop in the vehicle, it actually turns off the vehicle while you're at a red light to save fuel economy. Now, I'm not sure if this can be turned off or not. I'd presume it can be within some of the settings within that user interface there. I'm not entirely sure though. So, in my opinion, it would get rather annoying. Some people like it. If you're really looking to get great fuel economy with this car, I would recommend that you leave that on, obviously. So, especially if you're in stop and go traffic jams, things like that, it's nice to have that feature. So now cruising along here at 55. I'm going to set the cruise control. And let's see what kind of fuel economy we're getting right now. So it's actually, wow. We got a slight hill we're going down, but you can see we're getting we got a slight hill. So let's come back to that here in just a sec and really see where it plays out. You know, this car's got 860 miles on it, and it's been averaging 33 mpg. Now, in our area, there's going to be a good majority of expressways, not too much stop and go city traffic, although 33 combined is absolutely phenomenal here as an average. So now our road's actually leveled out, and at 55, I'm seeing these crazy numbers here, 55 miles per gallon. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but we're on a straight road at this point, and that's what it's showing. So incredible fuel economy. If you got a long distance drive, absolutely stick to this car. You're gonna get some good mileage. So I'm gonna stop the car here so you can see that auto stop feature and how that works. The car just turned off. Kind of odd, right? Now the light turns green. If I were at a light, take my foot off the brake, car instantly starts and takes back off. So nice feature. Seems kind of odd. I don't know how that would work with your AC being on, if that's going to stop the cool airflow or how that works, but kind of a new feature. Everyone's trying to do it to meet these cafe standards, so just something worth noting. Okay guys, just backing up here, you can see when the backup camera turns on, we do have guidance lines that turn with the steering wheel. Now obviously this isn't a sports car, but let's see what the 0 to 60 is on it. Let's see how it does, and if you are merging onto the expressway, and what you should expect. Okay, that's what we got for a 0 to 60 there. I'll let you look at the video timeline and let you figure out the 0 to 60 seconds by yourself. I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the 9.5–10 second range.